Okay, boys, today I want to make some predictions on fighters that I think are going to go into 2025 and go on a losing streak, okay? The rules are you either have to be coming into the year on a loss, a single loss, or a win, or a winning streak. It doesn't matter as long as they're not on a losing streak already, okay? Now, I think a lot of these fighters, I have bad feeling, all right? I don't think it's going to go the way we think it is. I think a lot of these fighters are just gonna lose, either take a lot of time off after losing, or maybe even go on a multiple fight losing streak. Some of these fighters are fan favorites, former champions. All right, it doesn't matter. I just have bad feelings about them, and not even just that, not just random bad feelings. And I think they're done. Also, just the style matchups that they're gonna be kind of forced to take next because a lot of these fighters are at the top of the rankings with not much to do, not many directions to go in. There's only a few options for them to fight. And I just don't really think they're going to get it done. I think they're going to go on losing streaks. Okay, starting first with the fighter, none other than Leon Mumblemouth Edwards. Okay, Leon Edwards, the former champion at 170. And I don't think it's going to be good. It's not looking good, boys. It's really not. Okay. I kind of feel bad for Leon in a way. You know, he got embarrassed by Bilal, of all people, got thrown on his bald spot. Shit got to hurt, okay? And he's very inactive. He's always been inactive. It's not like this long layoff is anything new for him. He was inactive as a champion. I mean, he fought twice a year, I guess. So it's all we can really ask from these champions nowadays. We're not getting a 3 times a year champion anymore. It's just not going to happen, sadly. But I don't think Leon Edwards is going to come back and look good. I don't think he's going to come back and win either. Claimed he was tired after he lost to Bilal. Like, the excuses just came pouring out of him. He had a back injury. He was tired. He just needed a nap, bro. Fucking tired. Like, come on, man. You needed a nap? Like, what are we saying here? Okay. It was kind of crazy that they made all the UK fighters fight at like 5 a.m. their time, but there's no excuses for it, you know? Tom and Patty did just fine. They won their fights by finishes. They did fine. There's not really a real excuse for him to have looked bad in that fight. But he made them, of course. Threw the book at us, the fucking excuse book. I'm just sick of excuses after losses, man. Just take it and move on. And again, I just don't really have a good feeling about Leon coming back and like proving himself, being really aggressive. Like, he's just so timid on the feet, and I don't like the style matchup that he's gonna come back and have to fight because JDM versus Usman is basically confirmed. So he's not going to be able to fight one of them. Maybe he will, and maybe that fight's not actually going to happen. But I think it is. So he'll probably be forced to fight either Buckley or Sean Brady. So, very similar style matchups. Both of them kind of similar. Buckley's a lot less orthodox on the feet. Crazy, high pressure. And Leon does not like pressure. If you pressure him on the feet, that will fuck with him. It will overload his mind, and he won't be able to just fight like the droid he is. Because he's very strict. He's very calculated. He always plays it safe. And both of them being very good grapplers, very dominant wrestlers. Even though Leon's a good grappler, he's probably an underrated grappler. But I think it's more offensively. He's a very good offensive grappler, but not defensively. Okay, Bilal proved that. But again, not just that performance. Like, Bilal's just a guy, all right? I'm not trying to say he looked terrible because Bilal looked great and Leon looked terrible. But it was because of Bilal's forward pressure, his constant coming forward. Like, his boxing wasn't really a damaging threat. Like, it wasn't he didn't really land much damage on Leon with the boxing, but it was the pressure of the boxing that led to the takedowns that overloaded Leon's mind that made it a really hard fight for him. And I think Buckley and Sean Brady would do the same exact fucking thing. And they would get it done very similarly. I think Buckley would KO him, especially getting almost chinned by Nate Diaz. Come on, man. His chin's just not that good. All right. He's a very good defense, very good defensively fighter. I don't think it's going to matter because Buckley's not going to stop. If this was a main event, 5-rounder, Buckley's going to outpace him. He's going to out-cardio him. I just don't see Leon coming back and winning, unfortunately. So, this will put Leon, the former champ, on a losing streak coming into 2025. And he'll probably take another 7-month layoff after that. So, we're not going to see him again in 2025. Maybe we will, and he'll come back and end the streak. I don't know. We'll see. I just don't really see him coming back and getting good momentum, being active, and beating anyone in the top 5 right now. Okay, moving on to the next fighter, and this one hurts me. All right, this one hurts, bro. Jiri Prochazka, He's going to go on a losing streak, okay? Technically, he's not yet, even though it feels like he is, because those Alex KOs they weren't back-to-back. You obviously have the Rakic KO. Yeah, he came back and got in the win column, but he kind of got his ass beat in that fight until he was able to get the finish. And Jiri kind of gets his ass beat in every single fight he's ever been in, all right? Almost got knocked out by Dominic Reyes with an up kick. He basically did get KO'd, and then he came back and KO'd him. Like, the only fight he's looked really good in and not got hurt is his debut when he knocked out on Volkan Ozdemir. You know, he's always been a guy who gets hurt. He's relied on his chin. And yeah, I think the fun's over, okay? The goofy goober, hands down, head movement like he's in the Matrix type style, it doesn't work forever, okay? And now that his chin has been heavily damaged by the Alex KOs, and his confidence has definitely been hurt because he was very plotty in that second Alex fight. And yeah, I just don't see him winning this Jamal fight. I've already put a prediction video out. But yeah, sadly, I think Jiri will go on a losing streak this year. He'll probably come back really early after getting KO'd by Jamal, try to be active, try to get that back in the winning column, but it could low-key turn into a 3 losing streak, sadly. I hope not, but we'll see. We'll see who he fights after the Jamal fight, but I think Jamal will put him on a losing streak going into 2025. And another former champ that I'm predicting to go on a losing streak. I guess these are hot takes, but I feel like they're common sense. All right? I just feel like it's very obvious that these things are going to happen, sadly. Jiri, just put your fucking hands up, man. Please. Please, bro. Moving on to the next fighter, I think will go on a losing streak. We got Sean O'Malley. All right, fuck. I'm realizing these are like all former champs. Shit. Oh, well. Yeah, this one hurts me as well. I like Sean O'Malley a lot. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. You know, I love watching him fight. His striking's so good. Like, I just don't understand. I get it, okay? The whole weed personality, the whole nonchalant, like, it's all cringe sometimes. It's kind of cringe. I get it. But, bro, I hate the hate that he's getting. I hate it. It's so cringe. Like, he's put on nothing but exciting fight after KO up until the Merab fight. And that was Merab, the Control Time Machine's fault, all right? That was not Sean's fault. That was Merab's, even though he won 2 of the rounds still. Like, I can't believe people think Merab won all 5 rounds. How delusional can you be? I just hate it. You know, he was such a fun champ to have at bantamweight. He made bantamweight so fun. Even though he got a bit of privilege to get to the belt and they kind of forced Aljo to fight him on short notice, I don't care, all right? It was still fun. I still enjoyed his run as champion. But I have a bad feeling, all right? I thought he was taking the loss well, and he kind of was at first. But now he's claiming he just wants to come back and fight the winner of Umar vs. Merab. Bro, I've had enough of this, all right? I've had enough of every single champion thinking they deserve an instant rematch. Leon said the same thing after he lost to Bilal. Yeah, I think we'll get the rematch, bro. Like, no, you won't. You didn't defend that much. You defended once or twice, okay? And then you lost dominantly, even though Sean didn't lose that dominantly. But, yeah, you defended once, bro. You don't get an instant rematch. You just don't. I just don't understand that mindset. It's annoying, and it's not good for him coming back and trying to get in the win column, I feel like. Especially if it's against Merab. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be against Umar if he does come back and get an instant rematch, which would be bullshit. Okay, please no. Please not that. We're just asking for one win, man. One fucking win. That's all we want. Fight someone. Fight Corey. That's the obvious fight. That's a dream-style matchup for us, even though Corey might wrestle fuck him. Because Corey's a very good grappler, underrated. But, yeah, just come back and fight somebody. Okay, and then you get to fight for the belt again. They're going to give you the belt no matter what if you just get one more win. Don't try to force it. Don't try to come back and take the easy way, the easy road. Get in their octagon 2025, like middle of 2025 with Corey, and then end of the year, you fight for the belt again against Umar, okay? That's what should happen, but it won't, okay? I think Sean's going to come back. And, yeah, he's claiming he's getting off social media and locking in and gonna really try to, like, hone his skills. But, bro, he's taking, like, Japan vacations. He's taking vacation. He's taking time off. He doesn't care, okay? I feel like he just doesn't care. He's got the money. He's already a star. He can come back and fight anybody and make a lot of money, even if he's not champion. So I feel like he'll come back, fight Corey, maybe lose, Well, that's what I'm predicting to happen. I think he's going to come back and go on a losing streak. So, yeah, I think he'll probably come back and lose to Corey or Umar. I don't think he should get the Umar fight, but if he does, he will definitely lose that. Umar would do some bad things to him. I think he could low-key TKO him on the ground if he dominates him and controls him enough with the grappling, but we'll see. I hope not. I hope Sean comes back and wins, but I don't think he will. I think he'll come back, lose, and be on a 2-fight losing streak, sadly, into 2025. Moving on to another fighter, Justin Gaethje. All right, coming off of his KO loss against Max Holloway. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like how it looks for Gaethje. It's basically already confirmed that he's going to come back and fight Dan Hooker, which I think is a really bad style matchup for him. Dan Hooker's really hard to KO, has a really good chin, has really good cardio that Gaethje does not have. And yeah, I think he's going to come back and probably lose to Dan Hooker by decision. Unfortunately, if it's a 3-rounder, maybe Gaethje could win, win by I don't know. I think he can win the first 2 rounds, but they gave the Gamrot decision to Dan, which I was very surprised about. Yeah, I just don't like that style for Gaethje. I think he'll get out cardioed. I think he'll get outworked. I think his chin's going to look the worst it ever has. And yeah, I hope Dan doesn't finish him. But I just don't like that Gaethje's been talking about retiring so much. He keeps talking about how he only has one more good run in him to the title, which I don't like. Nothing wrong with retiring, obviously. He's put in a lot of good fights and taken a lot of damage, which I think he realizes. But yeah, I just don't like the mindset. I feel like he's not going to be down to put it all out there. I think Dan will get that one done. And I think he'll be on his first losing streak since he lost to Dustin and Eddie back-to-back. Sadly, man, Gaethje's such a fun fighter, but yeah, this video is about predicting who I think is going to go on losing streaks. So yeah, I think Gaethje will go on that 2-fight losing streak. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll retire then. Maybe not. If he gets KO'd, he might. I feel like if he gets KO'd one more time really badly, he will retire. So we'll see. I hope Dan doesn't send him into retirement. Very exciting fighter. Kind of overrated in his skill level, I'd say, but yeah, he's exciting. Okay, moving on to a very hot take. All right, don't get mad at me. I think Sean Strickland is gonna go on a losing streak this year. Okay, hear me out. I think he's gonna come back, really bad mindset, not wanting to fight anybody, wanting to play it really safe, being a really big hypocrite. This is not how he used to be at all. But then he tasted pay-per-view points, and yeah, he's never looking back. Okay, I think he's gonna get KO'd by Dricus. I think Dricus is improving every single fight. I think it's really hard to fight Sean the first time because his style's so weird. I think Dricus is going to look way better. I think his cardio is probably going to be better. He's going to be training more. He's getting better as a fighter every time. He has something to prove now because people thought he lost that fight, and he wants to prove and make it known that he is the champion. And I think he'll KO Sean, and then Sean, being very stubborn, will be pissed off. He'll want to get right back to sparring. He'll want to get in there very soon. And I think the UFC is not going to do him any favors. I think once they realize, even though they should already realize what he's doing, yeah, I think that once they realize that he's not wanting to take the hard fights, they're going to force him. I think they'll feed him to someone like Caio Borralho or, I don't know, someone who's really good, some really young, good prospect. And yeah, I think he's probably going to get KO'd by someone. I think Caio Borralho is realistic. I think maybe Caio fights again, like in a month or 2. Does he have a fight confirmed? I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know. But yeah, I think he'll fight, want to stay active, and then maybe either just get a title shot or fight Sean Strickland for a title shot. And yeah, I think he'll KO him too. I think Sean Strickland's not in a good mindset. I still like Strickland, but he's acting weird, man. He's such a hypocrite sometimes, man. He just needs to stop talking on podcasts. So yeah, I think Strickland's going to go on a losing streak in 2025. I know he's he's already coming off of a loss, so it's only going to take one more. So I forgot that, but I thought Dricus won that fight. So yeah, he's in a losing streak. I don't care. Robberies don't count, okay? So one more fight, he's going to lose to Dricus, and he will be in a losing streak going into 2025. Okay, coming in with the hottest take of the video, Ian Gary. Okay, I'm not hating, all right? I don't like Ian Gary, obviously. But I do think he's very good. He's getting better every single fight. And he looked really good against Shavkat. But Shavkat's takedowns are fucking terrible, okay? And I failed to realize that going into that fight. I really failed to realize how bad they were. I thought his ability to sub Wonder Boy was really impressive. First guy to ever sub Wonder Boy. But yeah, I think Ian's going to have to fight a very good grappler next, no matter what. It's going to have to be Sean Brady or Buckley. I think it should be Buckley. The Buck vs. Cuck should be rebooked, okay? Even though Buckley does deserve a number one contender, or a number one contender's bout. He deserves it, okay? He deserves to fight one more time and then get a title shot, which I don't know if Ian Gary would be that guy to do that for him. But I don't know. I don't think it really matters. As long as they're an impressive fight, an impressive win. He just almost beat Shavkat, who's about to fight for the title. So after Bilal versus Shavkat, while that's happening, we have Buck versus Cuck, and then the winner of that fights for the title. That's what should happen. But yeah, I think Ian's going to lose. I think his chin's terrible. I think the soy boyness is going to show. His chin is bad. All right, MVP is a really good striker and really fast and really explosive, but he doesn't really have the knockout power. He does, but not really as much. He doesn't really have heavy hands like someone like Shara Bullet, who he's about to fight, which he might get KO'd. We'll see. But yeah, I think that Ian Gary is going to lose to Buckley or Sean Brady. I think Sean Brady would just outpace him, and I think he would get the takedowns a lot better and a lot easier than Shavkat because he's just a better wrestler. His takedowns are just better. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just thinking that it's not going to be good for Ian. I think coming off of his first loss, his confidence is at an all-time high somehow. He just keeps talking himself up like he's the shit. But yeah, I think he'll go from undefeated to a losing streak in 2025. But yeah, those are the fighters that I think will go on losing streaks this year. Coming off of a win or loss, no matter what, they will be put on losing streaks this year. All right, you heard it here first. I'll see you guys in the next one.